Hello everyone. I wanted to do something a little different, and instead of just a vlog, I wanted to discuss my decorating style, or I guess I could say my inspiration or my vision, if you will. First off, I'm not any type of expert when it comes to decorating. I don't know the ins and outs or really care if there's, if it's rustic or modern or anything like that. So I don't worry about if I'm mixing styles together. I just know what I like, and that is the decorating style that I choose. I don't personally think we have to be under any rules, unless you want to be, of course. You may love that. I just happen to not, really want to be bound by any of that. So what does that mean for me? Well, there are actually, I think, about 4 different things that I have in mind, but I've only actually incorporated 2 so far, but we'll talk about the other 2 at the end. So the first one really has everything to do about how I want to feel, like what do I want it to feel like inside my apartment. And I like to be in the sun. I love to be outside with the plants and the trees. It really just lifts my mood. So that means I want it to feel like I'm outside as much as I can anyways. And for those dreary winter days, or at the time that the sun doesn't come out on those cloudy days, or whatever, as much as I can trick my mind into kind of having the same feelings. That's what I've done. So I guess I can call that bringing the outside inside. The first way I've done this is through plants, which is, I guess, the most obvious one. And I do have a mixture of real and faux plants. The next way is through color, and my main color is an olive green, and so I have different tones of that, dark and light, and I have a few other earthy tones. Now I will tell you, my bedroom is mostly, I wanted to have some dark brown in there because that is my favorite color. So that's what I have done to my bedroom. next way is through animals, specifically woodland animals. So you'll see like bears, birds, squirrels, things like that. The next way is through sound. I do have a sound machine which plays birds, and then wind chimes. The next way is through textures. So I do have baskets, clay pots, terracotta pots, things like that, as well as the mats on my table, and I have a rug also that kind of have that weaving texture as well. And then the last way to bring in the first point or first vision, I guess, is through pictures. Okay, we just went over bringing the outside inside. The next one is books. I've always loved the look in the movies when there is a, study, and it's just full of books stacked all over the place. It almost looks like a library. The books are stacked on the floor, of course, on the bookshelves, and there'll be a desk in there. I just love that look. And so I don't have very many books, but I did want to have a few snippets of that, which is why I have stacked different ways the books that I have. Now, I told you there were a couple of other things that I have not yet incorporated. And the first one would fall into the retro category, and that is a flip clock. I don't know, that reminds me of like the 80s or 90s, maybe before that, I'm not sure, but I just love the flip clocks and just really any retro, like alarm clock, things like that, as well as the flip radios. I just love that look. And then the next one is a Turkish lamp. Now, I looked that up, and that actually is considered under 4 categories, and that's boho, Mediterranean, Moroccan, and eclectic. So I did tell you at the beginning, I don't care about any of those different styles. I'm only bringing those up to show you how I'm just mixing the styles, and I don't really care. I just want to put in my apartment the things that I like. So I don't know. I enjoy that, and so, it's okay to do that.